Nash is dead. You're on your own.
Hello there again, my friends. This is the boy and his dog, and welcome to the channel where I play and review every game released on the Evercade, old and new. In today's video, we continue our deeper butchers of the Team 17 Collection 1 with the second game in release order, Alien Breed Special Edition 92. I've been waiting a long time for this. Let's get started. The year is 2191 and the galaxy stands on the brink of war. IPC members Johnson and Stone are on a mission to check out a distant space research centre which has failed to transmit on any of the Federation wavebands. It was the last place they wanted to go, and little did they realise they were heading straight into the mists of an alien breed. Alien Breed Special Edition 92 is a top-down action shooter developed by Team 17 and, you guessed it, released on the Amiga in 1992. Team 17 released the original big box Alien Breed a year earlier across 2 discs, but with only 6 levels. The first disc was a story disc which set up the universe and characters well enough. The game was brilliant but bloody hard and very short. The special edition, a budget release, arrived a year later on a single disc. The intro had gone, but you got double the levels, and with more variety and a couple more bosses thrown in too. But don't get too excited about them. They do look cool though, and the music is awesome. Though it doesn't look anywhere near as detailed as the 2 sequels, Special Edition still has a great design. I especially like the ships at the hangar at the start. The aliens all look groovy, if a total rip-off of the movie's Alien, but honestly, at the time, that's what kind of made them cool. And the final stage in the Alien Queen's lair looks glorious. I would say though, the most important part is the sound design. The level decks hum as you pass through, the doors have a satisfying swoosh, there's the scream of the aliens, the computer voice when you log into the Intex network or are low on resources, and the sirens when the countdown as you charge to find the exit before everything blows. It all sounds great.
Warning, destruction imminent.
The game is simple enough. Each deck has a mission to complete before you can exit in the next deck lift. It could be to take out all the generators like in the second stage, close all the emergency exits in the third stage. I will say you only have to close 4 doors, not 5, so miss the second to last one to allow you time to reach the exit. The fourth stage, as you're exploring a very maze type deck, the object only to reach the exit. As a bit of a nudge, go left around the curve at the start, then sort of cross through the middle of the stage to the other end, then kind of follow the curve down to the bottom, and hopefully you should find it. The fifth stage is you hunting down and eliminating a big boss, rather easy when you know where to stand. And the latest stage is set entirely in air ducts. Well, I assume that's what they are. There are no enemies except time itself. Save state at the very start, and after a few attempts you'll work out the correct path through the stage. After you've completed an objective in a stage, more often than not a countdown will begin, giving you a strict time limit to find the exit before it blows. And it doesn't matter how many lives you have, if the deck blows with you still on it, it's game over. These, though may be frustrating when you haven't learnt a stage fully, are still very exciting. The screen turns red, the sirens get louder and louder the closer it gets to 0. The voice repeating over and over, warning destruction imminent. Back in the day, this could have caused many a frustrating experience, but with save states, just make sure you press that quick save before you activate the countdown, and you can keep trying. Also save state when you feel like you've done a perfect run through a level, but remember to do alternate save states in case you save after a level and haven't got enough resources for the next. Don't always assume there will be Intex network consoles dotted around the place. It's easy to get fucked. Thankfully there is a lot to help you, credits, health and key pickups, and the Intex network is a treat. There are many weapons to choose from, all increasing in price. It's best to save up and get bigger weapons, rather than just keep getting the next in line. You'll need the stronger firepower later for the amount you throw into bosses, and new type of aliens that wander the halls are more resilient than the earlier ones. And while you're saving up for the big guns, don't feel bad about going to the tool option and grabbing some extra ammo or a health recharge. Just make sure there isn't one lying about nearby, or you feel like a prat. You can also check out the map here or scanner. For a not too steep price, you can take a portable one round with you and you can look at any point. Buying an extra key pack in the first stage is actually a good investment. If you're smart in the order you open doors, you should be able to clear most of the deck. There are not many enemies until the end, so you can take your time exploring rather than rushing to the exit. You'll need the extra resources for later. The ending of the game, when you completed it all, and it's certainly a challenge, is a sight to behold, and if it's the only Team 17 game you'll ever play, you'll know exactly the kind of people you're dealing with. The one interesting thing, the enemies can sometimes appear out of nowhere and in numbers, killing them only making more alive, sometimes in what appears to be an endless chain. But play the game at its own game by simply backtracking a little past when they're off screen and return, and sometimes you can be lucky and they've gone, or at least the number is manageable, or there could be even more and they're now all charging at you. So it could go either way, but it's an interesting gimmick to play around with. In the end, this game is a bit of a classic. That's still mostly up to the accolade. It's still a hard game, but with Evercade save states, the rough edge has certainly been smoothed down, making deck explosions now more a laugh, knowing you can retire to section, rather than fuck's sake, I've got to start again. It looks absolutely scrumptious on the XP, and fuck yeah, we've got Alien Breed on the go to play anytime, any place. How bloody mental is that? Don't overlook the decent simultaneous 2-player option on the VS as well, where you can share or compete for items. It's an absolute hoot. And if you both get the hang of the game as well, it can seriously help you bash out through those tricky later decks. I think what's aged the game so well is down to the atmosphere. Even with the more basic details of this early entry, the sound design does a huge amount of heavy lifting, and that intro theme has been engraved in my mind since I heard it back in the day. All hail Alistair Brimble, you fucking legend. It's just a grand game and fantastic start to one of the Amiga's best and well remembered game series, and at the time proved to everyone how great Team 17 really were. Is this game worthy of buying the collection alone? For me, hell yeah. For the rest of you, maybe not as much, but combined with the few other titles we'll be talking about over the coming weeks, oh my god, if you don't have this collection in your collection, what the bloody hell are you doing, man? And if you've made it here to the end of the video, thanks ever so much for joining me. Leave a thumbs up or comment if you'd like. Either way, I'm just chuffed you poked your head in to take a gander. As always, I hope you're having an awesome day, my friends. And until next time, be seeing you.